Today's topic is tissue. Okay, so we will see the tissue in detail. So, what is tissue? Okay, so first one there is a cells. Okay, cell. What is cell? It is the smallest functional unit that can carry out the life activity. Okay, so what is cell? It is a smallest functional unit of human body, and after there is a cell, there is a tissue. Okay, so what is tissue? It is a group of the cells that working together to perform a specific function. Okay, so what is tissue? There is a collection of the cells that is called as a tissue. Okay, then after organ. Okay, so what is organ? Okay, so group of the tissue that working together to perform specific function. So that is organ, means there is a group of the tissue. Okay, so tissues are combined and they are working together to perform specific function, that is known as a organ. Then organ system. So it is a group of the organs, they working together and they perform a specific job or function in human body. Okay, so that is a particular system. For example, digestive system, respiratory system, reproductive system, urinary system. Okay, what are they? It is a group of the organs, they are working in interrelated and they are working together and they perform a particular function in our body. So that is a particular system. Okay, so there is a collection of the organ, means what? There is organ system, and with the organ system they make one human body, or we can say organism. Okay, so organism means what? Human body. Okay, multi system are connected, interconnected, and they are working together to save or to perform our life activity. So that is a organism, or we can say human body. So let us start with tissue. So first we'll see the definition of tissue. So what is tissue? Tissue means it is a biological tissue. It is a collection of interconnected cells that perform a similar function within an organism. Okay, what is tissue? Means it is a collection or group of the cells. Okay, group or collection of the cells, they are interconnected. Okay, they are interconnected, they are collaborated and they working together to perform a specific function. So that is known as a tissue. So in other words, it is a group of the cells, they working together mainly inside an organ. Okay, inside the organ, inside the human body, there is a group of the cells. Okay, group of the cells, they working together and they make a tissue. Okay, so what is the meaning of the tissue? Means collection of the cells. Okay, so that is a tissue. See, this is the example or figure of the tissue, and see, this is the human body. Okay, human body. Now we will see the classification of the tissues. Okay, so human body is composed of the 4 basic types of the tissue. Okay, 4 basic types of the tissue. First one is a epithelial tissue. Second one is a connective tissue. Third one is a muscular tissue. Fourth one is a nervous tissue. Okay, 4 types of the tissue are there. Okay, classification of tissue in there. 4 classification, 4 basic types of the tissue in our body. So which are the 4? First one is epithelial tissue. See, this is the epithelial tissue. Okay. Second one, that is a connective tissue. See, this is the connective tissue. Third one is a muscular tissue. See, this is the muscle tissue, or we can say muscular tissue. And fourth one, that is a nervous tissue. So these are the most important and vital tissue in our body. So let us see in detail one by one. So first one is the epithelial tissue. So epithelial cells covers or line all the body surfaces, cavities and the tubes. So these are called the covering epithelia. Okay. So first known as a covering epithelia. Okay. So epithelial tissue, it is known as a covering epithelia. Why? Because most of these cells, epithelial cells, covers or line over the body surfaces, in the body cavities or in the tube linings, so that it covers the lining. So that is known as a covering epithelia. Next, that is known as a second another name, that is the glandular epithelia. Why? Because epithelial cells form the functional unit of the secretory glands. So that's why it is known as a glandular epithelia. Okay. So second name of the epithelial cell, epithelial tissue, that is known as a glandular epithelia. Why? Because they secrete some secretion. Okay. Or most of the glands are formed into the epithelial tissue. So that's why it is known as a glandular epithelia. So it is also known as a covering epithelia and also known as a glandular epithelia. Okay. Now let us see the general characteristics of the epithelial tissue. So in that, first one is it is closely attached to each other, forming a protective barrier. Okay. So it is attached with the lining, means closely attached to each other and they form a lining, means it is a protective barrier. It gives a protection to the other tissue. Why? Because it is located over the surface, over the lining of the body or organ. So that's why it is a covering epithelia and main function, that is a protective barrier. Next one, it always has one free end or free surface which is open to outside of the body or inside of the cavity and internal organ. Okay, means it has always one free or apical surface that is open outside of the body, or we can say inside of the any hollow organ, inside of the inner surface, okay, of hollow organ. Then second one is it has always one fixed basal section or basal surface that is attached to underlying connective tissue. Okay, first one is a outer surface that is free and second one is a basal surface. Okay, see, this is the basal surface that is connected with the other tissue. Okay, so that is connected with the, or that is attached underlying the connective tissue below the connective tissue lining. So it has a two end, one free end that is located over the surface and second end that is always a basal section that is always connecting with the other tissue. It has no blood vessels but can soak up nutrients from the blood vessels in connective tissue underneath. Okay, there is no any blood supply into the epithelial tissue. Why? Because it is outer layer. Okay, so means there is no blood vessels, so there is means there is no any blood supply, but there is a nutrient supply. Okay, so there it soak up the nutrients from the blood vessels under the under layer of the tissue. Then it can have a lots of the nerves in it. Okay, innervated. Okay, means there is a more vascular or more nervous supply in the under layer of the epithelia for the sensation. Then very good at regenerating, means fixing itself. For example, sunburn, skin knee. Okay, so it has a characteristic for the regeneration. Okay, it has self regeneration of the cells. Okay, for example, sunburn. Okay, if skin become tan or sunburn, so our outer layer of the epithelial cells, it can be regenerating by itself only. So it has a characteristic like a regenerating cell. So these are all are the general characteristics of the epithelial tissue. First one is it is closely attached to the outer layer, so they form a protective barrier. Then there is a one free end that is over the outer surface. Then there is one fixed basal surface that is attached with the underlying tissue below the epithelial tissue. There is no any blood supply, but there is no any means that there is no any nutrient supply. Okay, but there is a nutrient supply because of the vascular area below the tissue. Then there is a lots of nerve supply, and it has a regenerating capacity. Now we will see the function of the epithelial tissue. So first one is to protect the tissue that lie beneath it from radiation, then desiccation from the toxins of the outer side, invasion of the pathogens, and physical trauma. Okay, so these are they causing the injury to the outer surface of the skin or any organ. Okay, so because of the protecting layer over the organ, over the skin. Okay, so they form a protective barrier, so that's why they protect the tissue from the injury, trauma, radiation, sunburn. Okay, then next function, the regulation and the exchange of the chemicals between the underlying tissue and a body cavity. Okay, it has also a function of the regulation as well as the exchange of the chemicals between the tissue and the body cavity. For example, in the stomach, okay, in the stomach there is a nutrients, so they absorb from the body cavity and they transfer into the another tissue. Okay, so there is a regulation and transportation of the chemicals in between. Okay, so this is the basic function. Then to provide the sensation, okay, it is epithelial layer, that is the outer covering, so there is no any blood supply, but more nerve supply are there. Because of the nerve ending there is a sensation, so it provides the sensation. Then absorb the stomach and intestinal lining or gut. So for example, into the stomach or into the intestinal lining, there is outer covering into the cavity. Okay, into this cavity there is the inner lining. Okay, inside the cavity, outer layer has epithelial tissue, so absorption of the nutrients, vitamins, minerals, so with the help of the epithelial tissue. Okay, so in the stomach as well as into intestine, the function, that is the absorption. Then filter the kidney. Okay, so filtration, it is also a basic function in a kidney. So in the kidney there is a epithelial tissue, so they can filter the water or formation of urine. Then it forms a secretory glands. Okay, there is a secretory glands, they are located or situated in the lining of the epithelial tissue. Okay, so they can secrete the secretion, okay, like a gland. So it is also also having a function like a secretory glands. So these are the basic function of the epithelial tissue. So first one is a protection, then second one is regulation and exchange of the chemicals in between the outer surface and inside the tissue to provide the sensation, then absorption into the stomach as well as the intestine, filtration and secretory glands. Now let us see the classification of the tissue. So first one is according to thickness. Okay, first one is according to thickness and second one is according to shape. Two type of the classification are there, according to thickness of the tissue and according to shape of the tissue. So first one is according to thickness. There is a simple and stratified. Okay, two types into the thickness, simple and the stratified. What is simple? There is only one cell layer. Okay, see, this is the simple. Okay, what is the meaning of the simple? Tissue means there is only one cell layer. Okay, see, this is the one cell layer. See, this is the one cell layer. See, this is the one cell layer. Second one is a stratified. What is stratified tissue? Means more than one layer of these cells. See, this is the stratified. Okay, see. Okay, second one is stratified. Means there is a more than one layer of the cells. Okay, see, this is the more than one layer. Okay, more than one layer. Okay, two or more layers. So that is known as a stratified tissue. Now we will see the second classification, that is according to shape. So first one is a squamous, then second one is a cuboidal, third one is a columnar. Okay, three types of the tissues according to shape. First one is a squamous, second one is a cuboidal, third one is a columnar. What is squamous? That is a wider than the taller. Okay, see, this is the squamous. See, this is a squamous. Okay, squamous. See, this is the squamous. Means there is a shape like a wider than the taller. Okay, it is a more wide than the taller. Then cuboidal means it is a tall as wide. Okay, same, wide and tall. Okay, so it is a cube like shape, that is a cuboidal. Then columnar. Okay, columnar means taller, tall than the wide. Okay, so it is a more taller cells. So these are the classification according to shape: cuboidal, squamous and the taller. Now we will see in detail. See, this is the figure of the tissue. First one is a simple squamous epithelium. Okay, simple means one line, stratified means two or more line. Okay, this is the squamous means wider cell, wider in shape. Cuboidal means cube like shape and columnar means a taller. Okay, taller than the wider cell. So these are the classification. First one is a simple squamous epithelium. Okay, means it is a one line cell in the squamous shape. Then stratified squamous epithelium means more than two linings of the cells and shape like a squamous. Then second one is a simple cuboidal epithelium, means it is a simple means one line. Okay, see, this is the one line, and cuboidal means a cube like epithelium. Then second one is a stratified cuboidal epithelium, means more than one lining of the cells and shape like a cube. Then columnar, in that simple columnar means column like a shape and simple means one line. Okay, one line. See, this is the taller and looks like a column. Then stratified columnar epithelium. Okay, so more than two layer, in that the shape like a column. Then pseudo stratified columnar epithelium means there is a cilia and shape it is a unidentified. Okay, this is the other classification. In that a pseudo stratified columnar epithelium. So these are the classification of the tissue. Now let us see in detail in next slide. First one is simple squamous epithelium. So let us see introduction. It is a single layer of the flattened cell. Okay, wider shape. Okay, squamous means what? Wider in size. Okay, simple means one line. So remember that simple means one line and squamous means it is a shape like a wider, or we can say a flat shape cells. Okay, so flattened cells with a disc shape central nuclei. See, this is the shape, that is a flattened cells and disc shape nucleus. Okay, see, this is the nucleus, central nuclei and cytoplasm. Okay, there is a cytoplasm in between the cells. So it contains a disc shaped central nuclei, cytoplasm and squamous cells. It is the simplest form of the epithelia and it is a broader. Okay, it is a more wider, okay, wider than the taller. Okay, so it is a more wider than the taller. Then function of the squamous epithelium, simple squamous epithelium. What is the basic function? So that is helpful for the passive transportation of the gases and the fluids, okay, inside the organ or inside the cavity. Then where it is located? So it is situated in the alveoli of the lungs. Okay, what is alveoli? That is a end portion into the lung, okay, where the gas exchange occur. Then lining of the body cavity, that is also known as a mesothelium. Okay, inside the, see, this is the stomach. Okay, so there is the lining of inside the lining. Okay, inside lining of the body cavity, that is the mesothelium. Then lining of the blood vessel, that is known as a endothelium. Okay, so in the inside of the blood vessel, inner side. Okay, see, this is the inner side. So this is located over the inside of the cavity as well as the inside of the alveoli of the lungs. So this is all about the simple squamous epithelium. Okay, see, this is a picture of the simple squamous epithelium. Now second classification, that is the simple cuboidal epithelia or epithelium. So first we will see the introduction in that. What is the meaning of the simple? Means only a single line. Okay, only one line. So single layer of the cuboidal epithelium means what? Cube like shape. Okay, so means there is a, see, this is the single layer. Okay, one line. Okay, one line. And there is a cube like shape of the cell. See, this is the cube like shape of the cells. In that there is a central spherical central nuclei. Okay, see, this is the nucleus. Okay, there is a nucleus inside the cube like cell. So that is known as a simple cuboidal epithelium. What is the basic function of the simple cuboidal epithelium? It is a secretion and the absorption. Okay, then where it is located, where it is found? In the kidney tubules. Okay, then ducts and the secretory portion of the small glands and the ovary surface. Okay, why? Because there is a basic function of the simple cuboidal epithelia, that is a secretion. Okay, so most of these type of the cell are located over the glands. Okay, why? Because they secrete the secretion. See, this is a real picture of the simple cuboidal epithelia. Now next type, that is a simple columnar epithelia or epithelial tissue. Okay, what is simple? Means one line. Okay, one line. What is columnar? Means column like shape, column shape. Okay, so simple columnar epithelia means there is a one line. Okay, see, this is the one line cell and there is a column like shape. Okay, so introduction of the simple columnar epithelia, in that the single layer of the tall cells with the round to oval nuclei. Okay, see, this is the nucleus. Okay, that is located into the columnar cells. Then rectangle in shape, okay, nucleus shape, that is a oval, but the cells it is looks like a rectangle in shape, okay, column like in shape, okay, column shape, that is a more taller than the wider, or taller than the wider. Now types of the simple columnar epithelium. It has two types. First one is a ciliated columnar epithelium and second one is a non-ciliated columnar epithelium. See, this is the simple or non-ciliated, okay. See, this is the non-ciliated epithelium, okay, columnar epithelium. What is the ciliated? There is a presence of the cilia. See, this is the cilia, okay, there is no cilia, okay, there is no any cilia. So, in the ciliated columnar epithelium, there is a presence of the cilia over the outer surface, over here, okay, here there is a cilia for the movement. And non-ciliated columnar epithelium, there is the no any cilia, okay. Then function. What is the function of the simple columnar epithelium? Absorption, secretion of the mucus, enzymes and other substances, okay. So basic function that is same, absorption and the secretion. Where it is found? It is located in the digestive tract, whole digestive tract, okay, whole GI lining and gallbladder, okay. Also it is also found the gallbladder, okay, outer covering and inner lining. So this is the simple columnar epithelia. Now next type, that is a stratified squamous epithelium, okay. What is stratified? What is the meaning of stratified? Means more than one lining of the cell, okay. So what is stratified? More than one line. What is squamous? That is a shape like a okay, more wider or flat, flattened cell, okay. See, like this way, okay, like this way. So this is a stratified means more than one lining and squamous means a flattened cells. So stratified squamous epithelia, in that it is a multi-layered, okay, more than two lining, multi-layer surface of the cells that are squamous cells. Basal cells and cuboidal cells, they are divided constantly, okay. Then outer layer, that is the squamous, okay, then cuboidal, then columnar, okay, like this way they are divided into the next level. Then what is the function of the stratified epithelium? That is the protection, okay. So over the outer surface there is a flat cells and then they gradually divided constantly at the inner layer. So basic function, that is the protection, okay. So where it is located? So it is located into the oral cavity, cervix and the anal canal, okay. So it is a basic function of the squamous epithelia, that is the protection. That's why it is located into the inner cavity of the oral cavity, then cervix and the anal canal. Now next type, that is a stratified cuboidal epithelium, okay. Stratified means more than one, okay, more than one, and cuboidal means cube like shape, okay, cube shape epithelium. See, this is the more than one layer, okay, more than one layer, as well as a cube like a shape, okay, cube like a shape. So that's why it is known as a stratified cuboidal epithelium. What is the basic function of this type of this tissue? So that is a protection, okay, it gives a protection to the inner tissue. Where it is found? It is located into the large duct of the sweat glands, okay, large duct of the sweat gland, mammary glands, as well as the salivary glands, okay. So sweat glands, mammary glands and the salivary glands that is located into the oral cavity. So this is the real picture of the cuboidal epithelia. Then next type, that is a stratified columnar epithelia. Okay, stratified means more than one layer. Columnar means column like shape, and epithelia, okay, means what's more than one layer of the cells and the shape of the cells that is looks like a column shape. Let us see the introduction of the stratified columnar epithelia. So it is a multi-layered. Why? Because more than one layer. Then superficial cells that is elongated and the columnar. Okay, the superficial cells that is looks like a column. Okay, like this way, column like. Okay, then function. So basic function of the stratified columnar epithelia, that is a protection and the secretion. Okay, where it is located, it is found into the rare into the body. Small amount that is found into the male urethra. Okay, so it is not found major portion into the body. Rarely they found into the body, especially into the male urethra. Okay, stratified columnar epithelia. Okay, see, this is the picture of the stratified columnar epithelia. Okay, more than one layer, as well as the column like a shape like epithelial tissue. Okay, cells. Now next type, that is a pseudo stratified columnar epithelia. Okay, so let us see the introduction. So there is a single layer, single cell layered. All cells are attached to the basement membrane. Here, see, there is a basement membrane. Okay, see, this is the basement membrane. Okay, in this type of the tissue, there is a basement membrane. Okay, so they are attached to the basement membrane at a base. So single cell layers, they are attached to the base and membrane, but not all the reach to the free surface. Okay, see, here there is a one cell, but they are not attaching to the membrane layer. Okay, see, this is the one cell that is only attached to the one layer. Here there is no any attachment. Okay, so there is, all cells are not attached to the basement membrane. Okay, they are attached to the other cells over the one cell above. Then there is a nuclei. It is varying in depth. You can see in the figure there is a nuclei. See, this is the nucleus. Okay, nuclei. Okay, so nucleus, there is a nucleus. It is in different shape. Okay, so it varies in depth. Sometimes there is a nucleus here. Okay, you can see there is a here. Okay, so depth of the nucleus that varies. Then function. What is the function? So secretion of the mucus as well as the propulsion of the mucus by the ciliary action. Okay, why? See, this is the cilia. Okay, cilia. Okay, so because of the cilia, there, so what is the basic function of the cilia? Movement. Okay, so they transport the or propulsion of the mucus towards the outer surface. Okay, outer side of the body. So ciliary action because of the pseudo stratified columnar epithelium. Where it is located? It is located into the lining of the trachea. Okay, inner side of the trachea. Why? Because there is a cilia. Okay, they are helpful for the propulsion of the mucus outside the oral cavity or nasal cavity. So they are located mostly in the trachea. Okay, see, this is the example of the pseudo stratified columnar epithelium. Then next one, that is in other transitional epithelia. Okay, so what is transitional epithelia? Let us see the introduction. So it is characterized by the dome or umbrella like cells. Okay, you can see the first layer that is looks like a dome or umbrella shape. Okay, umbrella like a dome or umbrella like shape, like this way. Okay, that are neither squamous nor columnar. Okay, so nor they are wider, not taller. Okay, so the shape of the first layer cell that is looks like umbrella or dome shape. The middle layer, that is a pear shape. You can see here there is a middle layer. Okay, see, this is the middle layer, and it contains a pear shaped cells. Okay, see here. Then last layer which contain a cuboids. Okay, see here there is a cuboidal tissue. Okay, here. Okay, here. So this is the last layer here. Okay, so it contains a cuboids or cube-like shape. So it forms the cells. They can change this. Okay, they can change the cells and they are regenerating. What is the basic function? Stretching and the protection. Okay, so this is the main function, that is a stretching. They useful for the stretching. Then where it is located? It found into the bladder and the part of the urethra. Okay, into the bladder, while it has a elasticity. Okay, so it has in the bladder as well as a part of the urethra, there is a transitional epithelia. They are, what is the meaning of transition? Okay, they are always changing. So transitional epithelia means they become a stretch. Okay, so there is a changing shape of the cells in the first layer, second layer and the last layer. First layer there is a dome like shape or umbrella like cells, then middle layer there is a pear shape, and last layer which contain a cube like shape. Okay, cube like shape. So first one is a epithelial tissue, we have finished. Now second one is a connective tissue. Okay, so this is the second type of the tissue, that is a connective tissue. So let us see the connective tissue. It is a type of the primary tissue. Okay, it is a most important type of the primary tissue. The tissues that connect the different part of the bodies together are called as a connective tissue. Okay, what its name suggests. Okay, connective means there is a connection. Okay, connection. Okay, connection. So which connect the different parts of the body. Two organs are interconnected with the connective tissue. Okay, so there is a connection between two organ, two tissue. Okay, so there is a connective tissue. So it is also known as a connective tissue, supporting tissue as well as the communicative tissue. Okay, so these are the synonyms of the connective tissue. Why? Because they are giving support to each other. Okay, two organ, two tissue. Okay, so communicative tissue means there is interconnection. Okay, there is a intercommunication, so that is also known as a communicative tissue. Okay, so let us see in detail. So first we will see the basic function of the connective tissue. So first one is a storage of energy. Okay, it is helpful for the storage of the energy. Then protection of the organs. It gives a protection to the particular organ because of the interconnection between two organ or connective tissue. Then provision of the structural framework for the body. Okay, like two bones are connected with each other. Okay, so they gives a structural framework for the for the body. Okay, so with the help of the connective tissue, two bones are joined together and they working and they form the movement. So there is a structural, it provides a structural framework. Then connection of the body tissue, for example muscle to bone. Okay, so there is a connection of the body tissue. Okay, it connect the body tissue, two types of the body tissue, and there is a connection. So for example muscle to bone. Okay, bone to muscles. So there is a connection between two types of the tissue. Supports and the binding of the tissue. Okay, it is very helpful for the, it gives a support to the organ as well as the binding of the other tissue. Okay, why? Because two tissue are interconnected with each other and they are connecting in between. So there is interconnection, so that's why a connection is there. So binding. Okay, binding is there. Then supply of the hormones all over the body. Okay, this is the also a unique function. It is helpful for the supplement of the hormones towards the other parts of the body. Then holding a body fluids. Okay, it also hold some amount of the body fluids into the connective tissue. Then defending the body against the infection. It is helpful, like in that there is a macrophages and some cells, they can also helpful for the protection. Okay, they gives a protection and they can kill the microorganism that is invaded into the body. So defending the body against the infection. Okay, so to prevent the infection, it is helpful. Macrophages, plasma cells and mast cells and WBCs, this is the example. Okay, see, this is the example of the cells. They are located into the connective tissue and they gives a protection towards the microorganism. Then storing the nutrients as a fat. Okay, there is a fat collection and fat deposition. There is a fat cells are also located into the connective tissue. Okay, that's why it store the energy. Okay, why? Because there is a fat or lipid cells are located into the connective tissue and it is helpful for the storage of the energy. Then helps in the repairment of injury. Okay, there is a regeneration, or we can say it regenerates the cells as well as the helpful for the repairment of the injury which is caused by the outer surface. So this is the basic function of the connective tissue. Which are the function? First one is the storage of energy. Why? Because there is a deposition of the fat cells or lipid molecules. Then second one is a protection of energy. Okay, next one is it provides the structural framework to the body. Then connection of the body tissue like muscle to bone, bone to muscle, okay, bone to tendon. Then support and binding of the other tissue as well. Then supply the hormones all over the body. Then which it can also contain or hold the body fluids. Then it provide the defense against the infection because of some specific cells, they are located into the connective tissue. Then store the nutrients as a fat and help for the repairment of the injury. Now we will see the components of the connective tissue, which is very essential to learn. First one, which are the components? Okay, there is a three major components, okay, which is essential into the connective tissue. So first one is a fiber, second one is a cell, and third one is a ground substance. Okay, first one is a fibers, second one is a cells, and third one is a ground substance. Okay, so which are the fibers? Generally, major three types of the fibers is found into the connective tissue. First one is a collagen fibers, second one is a reticular fibers, and third one is a elastic fibers. Okay, see, this is the collagen fiber. Okay, you can see this is a ground substance. Okay, then here there is a fat cells that is located into the connective tissue. Here there is some cells, they provide the defense against the immunity, defense against the infection like a fibroblast. Okay, see, this is a nerve supply, then there is a blood supply. Okay, collagen fiber, see, this is the collagen fiber. See, this is the collagen fiber. Collagen fiber. See, this is the collagen fiber. Okay, then there is a white blood cells, there is a elastin fibers. Okay, here you can see this is a thin lining, there is the elastin fibers, and there is a fat cells. So these are the basic components of the connective tissue. Okay, fibers, cells, and the elastic fibers. We will see in detail in next slide. So which type of the fibers? First one is a collagen fibers. Okay, so first is a collagen fibers. Let us see in detail. It is a most abundant type, okay, most important type, most abundant major type of the collagen in the connective tissue, that is a collagen fibers. So it is made up of the collagen protein and extremely tough. Okay, it is very tough, high tensile. Okay, so this is the example, this is a figure of the collagen fibers. It is made up of the amino acids, okay, or we can say a collagen protein, and it is very tough, extremely tough and high tensile. Okay, with the light microscope they are seen in the bundle. You can see this is, it looks like in a bundles. Okay, see, okay, see, this is the light and dark bundles. Okay, light and dark bundles. Then bundles are wavy or straight. Okay, see, this is the collagen molecules and amino acid sequence. They are looks like a wavy. Okay, so there is a wavy or straight. white in color, so it is called as a white fiber. Okay, so it is looks into the light microscope, color of the collagen fiber that is in white. Okay, in white color they are seen, so that is also known as a white fiber. Where it is located, where it is distributed into the our body, so it is located into the bones, tendons. Okay, what is tendon? It is a collection of the muscle. Okay, that is known as a tendon. Okay, that is located between the bone and the muscle. There is one structure that is known as a tendons. Okay, tendons are always attached over the bones and muscles. So that is a tendon. Dermis of the skin, okay, outer surface of the skin, teeth, then blood vessels, then gastrointestinal tract, okay, GI tract or uterus. Okay, so these are the location of the fibers, of the collagen fibers. So this is the collagen fibers. It is a white fiber. Why? Because in the light microscope it is looks in the white color. So that's why it is called as a white fiber. It is highly tough because of the collagen protein. Second one is a reticular fiber. Okay, second fiber, that is a reticular fiber. So it is a very fine collagen fiber arranged to form net like a supporting framework or reticulum. Okay, you can see this is a net like a structure, net like structure. So there is a net like structure. Okay, so in reticular fibers it is a very fine collagen. There is a net like structure. It is also called as a reticulum. Okay, see, this is also called as a reticulum. So where it is distributed, where it is located around the muscle fibers, nerve fibers, fat cells, and it is also located into the lungs and the lymphoid tissue. Okay, there is a, you can see this is a net like structure that is located around the muscle fibers, nerve fibers, fat cells, as well as into the lungs and the lymphoid tissue. Then third one, that is the elastic fibers. Okay, so this is also a important fibers in the connective tissue. So it is long, thin, highly refractile, cylindrical threads or flat ribbons. Okay, you can see in the figure, see, this is the elastic fibers. Okay, this is the elastic fibers, long, okay, very long, very thin, okay, very thin, highly refractile and cylindrical threads. Okay, there is a cylindrical threads and it looks like a flat ribbons. Yellow in fresh state. Okay, so that's why it is called as a yellow fiber. Okay, collagen fibers, it is looks like in white color, so that's why it is called as a white fiber, while elastic fibers are in color of the yellow in a fresh mode, so that is called as a yellow fibers. So it is composed of the elastin. Okay, where it is located or distributed in our body, so major blood vessels like aorta and elastic cartilage in the pinna and the epiglottis. Okay, so elastic cartilage are located or situated in the pinna. See, this is the pinna, and epiglottis into the throat. Okay, so in the vocal cord, so they are located inside the pinna and the epiglottis, as well as the blood vessels, major blood vessels like aorta. Okay, why? Because it has the elasticity, because of the presence of the elastin. So these are the three most important fibers, that is a collagen fibers, reticular and the elastin fiber. Now second important component, okay, that is a cells. Okay, after fibers there is a cells and ground substance. Okay, which are the cells that is located into the connective tissue? So first one is a fibroblast. Okay, see, this is the example or figure of the fibroblast. Then macrophages. Okay, see, this is the macrophages. Okay, it is helpful for the it kill the bacteria or virus or any pathogenic organism. They enter inside the tissue. Okay, so they kill. Okay, what is the basic function of the macrophages? Kill the organism. pathogenic. Okay, then next one is a fat cell. Okay, what is the basic function of these fat cells into the connective tissue? They store the energy. It gives energy to the connective tissue. Okay, so it is helpful for the providing it provide the energy. Then next one is a undifferentiated mesenchymal cells, then pigment cells, then blood leukocytes and the mast cells. Okay, so these are the many cells, they are located into the connective tissue. Next one is a ground substance. Okay, this is the third component. So that is a ground substance. So what is ground substance? It forms the materials between the cells and the fibers of the connective tissue. Okay, see, there is a ground substance. Okay, so between the cells, okay, there is a ground substance. Okay, between the cells, between the fibers, okay, there is a ground substance inside the connective tissue, the rest of the area of the cells and the fibers, there is a connective, there is a ground substance. It is made up of the water, proteins and the polysaccharides. Okay, in the ground substance, it is made up of the fluid. Okay, it is looks like a fluid. So it is made up of the water, proteins and polysaccharides. It is helpful for the development of the tissue, then migration of the tissue, then proliferation and growth of the tissue. It is helpful for this changing the shape of the tissue or cells, metabolism. Okay, so this is the basic function of the ground substance, that function are occurring into the ground substance. Okay, like development of the tissue or cells, then migration, proliferation, growth and development, then metabolism, and they remove the excess or toxic product outside the tissue. Okay, so it is helpful for the connective tissue. Okay, so this is the third component, that is the ground substance. Now let us see the classification of the connective tissue. Okay, so connective tissue, that is divided into the 4 type of the tissue. Okay, first one is a connective tissue proper, second one is a cartilage, third one is a bone and fourth one is a blood. Okay, 4 types of the connective tissue. Okay, first one is a connective tissue proper, second one is a cartilage, third one is a bone and fourth one is a blood. Blood, it is also a type of the connective tissue in our body. So first one is connective tissue, that is for connective tissue proper, that is further categorized into 2 types. First one is a loose connective tissue and second one is a dense connective tissue. Okay, loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissue proper, that is further divided into 3 types. First one is a areolar, second one is a adipose and third one is a reticular connective tissue. Then dense connective tissue proper, that is further divided into 3 categories. First one is a regular dense connective tissue proper, next one is irregular dense connective tissue proper and third one elastic dense connective tissue proper. Okay, so this is a classification of connective tissue proper, in that loose and dense. They are also further categorized into the 3 category. Next one is a cartilage. Okay, so that is the second type of the connective tissue. It is further categorized into 3 category. Okay, first one is a hyaline cartilage, second one is a fibrocartilage and third one is a elastic cartilage. Okay, so 3 types of the cartilage are there. First one is a hyaline, second fibrocartilage and the third one is a elastic cartilage. Then bone. Okay, bone, that is 2 types of the bones. For bone, it is also categorized into the 2 category, that is a compact bone and the spongy bone. Okay, so we will see in detail in next slide. So first one is a connective tissue proper. Okay, in that the loose connective tissue, in the first category, that is the areolar loose connective tissue proper. Okay, so let us see the introduction. There is a gel like matrix with all 3 fibers. Okay, which are the 3 fibers? Okay, collagen fiber, elastic fibers and reticular fibers. Okay, 3 fibers are also present, and gel like substance. Okay, gel like matrix or ground substance. Which cells are present into the loose connective tissue in the areolar type? There is a fibroblast, then macrophages, then mast cells and the white WBC. Okay, BC, there is a white blood cells. So these all cells are useful for it gives a defense against the pathogenic organism. Okay, so these helpful for the defense against the pathogenic organism. So we will see the function of the areolar loose connective tissue proper. So it macrophages phagocyte bacteria. Why? Because there is a presence of these type of these cells. Okay, so that's why it phagocyte the bacteria which enter the connective tissue. It plays an important role in the inflammation. Okay, because why? Because there is a fight between the cells that is present into the connective tissue and the bacteria. Okay, so because of the phagocytation there is inflammation. Hold and convey the tissue fluid. Okay, it also hold the fluid and also convey or transfer the fluid into the tissue. So this is the basic function of the areolar loose connective tissue. Where it is located? It is located or distributed under the epithelia of the body, and so under the epithelium. Surround the capillaries. Okay, in the surrounding area of the capillaries and the blood vessels. Okay, see this is the figure of the this is the figure of the areolar type of the loose connective tissue proper. Okay, gel like a matrix and 3 types of the fibers. See, this is the elastic fibers. See, this is the collagen fibers. Okay, see, this is the collagen fibers, looks like in a pink color, and there is a cells. Now we will see the second type, that is the adipose loose connective tissue proper. Okay, so let us see the introduction. So matrix looks like in the areolar type, but very sparse, closely packed adipocytes or fat cells that have the nucleus pushed to the sides by the large fat droplets. Okay, here there is a fat droplets. Okay, presence of the fat droplets into the adipose connective tissue. Okay, adipose, in the adipose there is a presence of the fat droplets. You can see this is the big or large fat cells. Okay, big or large fat cells which have a nucleus. Okay, there is inside there is a nucleus, and they are pushed to the side by side of the droplet. You can see there is a less space between 2 fat droplets. What is the function of the adipose loose connective tissue? It provides the reverse fluid flow. Why? Because it gives fat droplet or fat cells, it provide the energy. Okay, so it provides the reverse fuel if there is no nutrients to the connective tissue. That time these provide the food fuel. Then it insulate against the heat lost. Okay, it is very helpful for the insulation function. Then it support and protect the organs. Okay, it is very helpful for the support, and it also maintain the shape of the connective tissue because of the presence of the fat droplets. Okay, then where it is located? So it is located under the skin, around the kidneys, around the eyeballs, within the abdomen and into the breast. Okay, so this is the location of the fat, or we can say adipose connective tissue, adipose loose connective tissue.